In the Marvel Universe, Galactus is considered to be one of the most deadly entities. He has been around since before the present iteration of the cosmos and has consumed a great many planets in his long history. Despite the undeniable fact that Galactus has incredible cosmic power, he is not entirely resistant to being attacked. You will, in point of fact, be surprised to see the top 10 ridiculously easy ways to defeat Galactus, so let's begin. The Fantastic Four. When we talk about those Fantastic Four books from the 1960s, those issues that we have already mentioned featured a story called The Coming of Galactus, which was written by Stan Lee. Galactus, who had been guided to Earth by the Silver Surfer, is persuaded by Elysia Master's generosity that the planet should be preserved when Galactus discovers that Earth is worth preserving. As a result, he is forced to issue a challenge to his lord and fight an epic battle. In the meanwhile, Watto the Watcher exerts a subtle amount of pressure on Johnny Storm to locate the ultimate nullifier on board Galactus' enormous spacecraft. When Galactus discovers that the Watcher was the one who assisted the Fantastic Four in locating the nullifier, he accuses the Watcher, saying, "You have given a match to a child who lives in a tinderbox." However, the nullifier is the only weapon Galactus fears. This allows Galactus to abandon his intentions to destroy the world. Even though they were no match for him in battle, by any stretch of the imagination, they were able to foil his schemes, which is quite an accomplishment given the nature of Galactus. Squirrel Girl. The fact that Squirrel Girl has been able to hold Galactus in his tracks should not come as a surprise to anybody who is acquainted with the character. While Galactus makes his approach towards Earth, Doreen uses some of her free time to attend the freshman orientation at her school. Old Squirrel Girl has just a few hours left to stop Galactus from destroying the Earth, so she borrows some Iron Man armor from her army of squirrels and then travels to the moon to do it. Doreen makes a demand for a meeting, and once they are together, they discuss the need for Galactus to eat the life energy of a planet. When SG reveals that she has defeated Thanos in the past, he retorts, "He is a tool," and immediately develops a like for her. Doreen offers Galactus a planet that is full of nuts as a way to persuade him to abandon his intention to consume Earth, and therefore prevents Galactus from carrying out his original intent. Because he is so appreciative of her assistance, he offers her his business card and tells her to get in touch with him if she is ever interested in playing the heralding game. Thanos. It should come as no surprise that Thanos has squared up against Galactus more than once, considering all of the antics he has performed over the course of the years. The most natural time for Thanos to face Galactus would have been during the first Infinity Gauntlet event, which was penned by Jim Starlin and penciled by George Perez. This was the time when Thanos became the most powerful being in the universe after collecting all of the Infinity Gems. Galactus was able to detect this danger, and he was even prevented from devouring a planet that was destroyed as a direct result of the Mad Titan's fury. You can probably understand that Galactus was quite perturbed by the fact that he had to give up a tasty meal, so he did something that is very unusual for him. He formed an alliance with a human. Thanos was able to crush them with relative ease, and the Cosmic Defenders were brought under his control. Thanos then took control of the cosmic entity known as Eternity and transformed himself into the very fabric of existence. Naturally, things did not go according to plan, and in the end, Thanos was vanquished. But this did not prevent him from killing Galactus. Aegis and Tenebrous. During the Annihilation event, the Annihilation Wave tore apart a prison that had been holding Aegis and Tenebrous, two promeal gods that had existed since the beginning of the universe. They were taken captive by Galactus, thus it's possible that when they were ultimately let free, they harbored some resentment against him. The Fallen One, Galactus' original herald, was one of the prisoners that escaped from the prison. Even though Tenebrous is a creature of enormous strength, he rapidly drained the power of the Fallen One in order to augment his own might. Tenebrous' abilities derive from the Crunch, the wall of energy marking the boundary of the cosmos. Together with Aegis, he was able to rapidly defeat Galactus and the Silver Surfer, who had already consented to temporarily resume his role as a herald for a period of time. Gravity. At a point in history when Galactus' appetite was even more ravenous than it had ever been before, the figure known as Gravity was birthed. After the events of Annihilation, this came to pass, and as a result, he became a danger not only to the life forces of planets, but also to the cosmic entity known as Epic. After Quasar's passing, Epic had just restored Gravity as the new protector of the universe, and when he saw that Gravity was in danger from Galactus, he made the decision to intervene and do something to stop it. This is one of those situations situations in which Galactus' intentions were prevented from being carried out according to his initial intended. Gravity, now more strong than ever thanks to his new abilities, opts not to kill Galactus but rather to provide nourishment for him. He directs all of the energy that are a part of his cosmic awareness straight into Galactus, which satisfies his appetite. Abraxas. After Tyrant's return, the World Devourer started to lose his mind and devour the world. His actions was influenced by the insanity that was overtaking him, which had been slowly developing over eons of time. It wasn't until he had his new herald, Redshift, working for him that he started consuming the life force of planets that contained sentient life on purpose, which was previously something he avoided doing. The Surfer then took control of Galactus' spacecraft and opened a warp, which transformed Galactus into pure energy. Abraxas is a tremendous cosmic creature that was kept dormant throughout the ages owing to Galactus' eating over the cosmos. It arrives after the death of Galactus and is named What Comes After the Death of Galactus. The sole goal Abraxas has is to destroy all possible realities, but in order to do this, he needs the ultimate nullifier. In one version of events, he severed Galactus' head and sent it to the Fantastic Four in order to serve as a warning to Johnny Storm, who was the only person who knew where the nullifier was hidden. Abraxas is able to murder Galactus in any reality at his discretion after he had been freed, and he did so when he was liberated. Tyrant. Tyrant was first conceived by Galactus as a kind of friend, one who would virtually on par with him in terms of size and strength. After a while, their relationship deteriorated, and they fought each other throughout the cosmos, causing the destruction of galaxies along the way until Tyrant was eventually vanquished and exiled into the outskirts of the universe. When Tyrant eventually did arrive, he took Morg prisoner and brought Galactus to his stronghold so they might have a confrontation. Galactus did not want to risk destroying the universe in the course of a conflict, so he left Tyrant to his own ways, which was equivalent to giving him a win. However, later on, Tyrant confronted his creator aboard Galactus' ship, and the two of them engaged in fierce combat. Because of the fierceness of the conflict, the Surfer is drawn to it. When he arrives, he discovers that his old master is very close to losing. Morg manages to get his hands on the ultimate nullifier and makes an effort to use it to halt Tyrant, but it comes dangerously close to killing him before the Silver Surfer can intervene. Galactus orders the Silver Surfer to flee while he makes an effort to control the explosion and put a stop to the discharge of the tremendous amount of energy that is about to be unleashed. The explosion aboard his spacecraft seemed to have killed Galactus, Tyrant, and Morg, among other passengers. The Hunger. The Hunger is a strong creature that spans several dimensions and devours whole realities, much in the same way as Galactus devours planets. It was unable to enter the Earth 616 reality without assistance from someone already there. Thus, in order to accomplish its mission, it successfully twisted the mind of Galactus to carry out its orders. Galactus began to believe that the reunited Infinity Gems would satisfy his hunger and put an end to his never-ending need to eat life in order to satisfy his appetite. Galactus believed that this would free him from the need to consume life. Because Galactus began acting in a manner that was not typical of him, such as going for the Soul Gem, other powerful people began to feel a bit uneasy. As a result, Thanos boarded Galactus' ship in an effort to convince him to cease his unusual behavior. Because of their previous contacts, Galactus did not believe the Titan, and after a brief struggle, he kept acting in the same manner. The Hunger was ultimately successful in its attempt to penetrate reality, but as soon as it did so, it instantly began eating Galactus' vessel, as well as the energy that had been released against him. Ultimate Rick Jones. After the events of Age of Ultron, Galactus was transported from the reality of Earth 616 to the Ultimate Universe, which is located on Earth 1610. Galactus, upon discovering the new world teeming with life and a new herald able to accomplish pretty much everything he could do, immediately went about doing what he does best. The Silver Searcher was alerted to his activities, and he immediately set out to notify the rest of the world of the new danger posed by this individual. In the Ultimate Universe, Rick Jones was able to assume the mantle of Captain Marvel after Captain Mar-Vel's sacrifice, which made him so strong that he and Galactus came into battle almost immediately. During the conflict, Jones was able to seriously harm Galactus by using his newly discovered strength. Amatsu-Mikaboshi. Soon after the beginning of the incident known as Secret Invasion, Mikaboshi made his mission to seize control of the gods, and he was successful. He expelled Mistress Death from the world, so removing the possibility of anyone's ever passing away. Mikaboshi was able to destroy Galactus with little difficulty by using Zeus. You have just been shown the top 10 ridiculously simple strategies for defeating Galactus. So click the like button if you'd like to see more videos just like the one you're watching now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.